platforms. Now, if you're just joining on, we are talking investment in the 21st century, and of course, this is the future. Please, I'm waiting, my youth out there. I know you have a lot to say. I'm getting your reactions. Just keep them coming. On the numbers you see on the screen, you can either send an SMS or a WhatsApp message. Now, before I go back to my panelists, I want to read this reaction. I'm not sure any of you guys in that studio has ever invested in any of these major scams called investment companies. Seriously, you guys are not hitting the nail on the head. Seems you guys are afraid to say the truth. What can you guys also say about ANC? Well, I don't know what ANC is. The first time I'm hearing about ANC. We'll probably ask Mr. Lyonga to tell us that. Do you guys also know that it's not registration of company that matters? Please call scams. Stop biting around the bush. They are scams. I'm very bitter with the way you guys are reacting on air. People are in prison and some homes are scattered because of these scams called investment companies. And you guys can't say the truth. Stop defending those scammers on air. Thank you very much for your reaction there. I don't know who you are. Now we are going over to Mr. Lyonga. So just tell us a little about ANC, because it seems you have knowledge about what that investment, or I'll call it a Ponzi scheme, was all about.
Okay. I think, let me be clear about ANC. I think they were dealing with, I'm certain they were dealing with Forex, and they were trying as much as possible to pay people from their investments from Forex. But now I have to explain to the audience that if you do your background checks on companies, you realize that the Forex market is so volatile, you are not that certain of anything that happens within the trading forum. And as Mr. Babila was saying, they were mostly having brokers, and brokers not from Cameroon, Nigeria, and other places, where these brokers acted just as the middleman to trade and get these revenues for some of them. So it went bad, and that bad. But I don't feel, when I get the response from the audience, and I'm like, okay, I understand you feel bad, you put in a lot of money and it's gone. But I don't think ANC anticipated that he was going to crash so soon, because the guy just launched a cooperative. And the cooperative was still as a form of generating.
So are you trying to say that it was not a Ponzi scheme? It was an investment company that made bad fit?
Yes. I can say ANC was an investment company that went really bad. Extremely bad.
Okay. So let's have this other reaction, and we are going to focus now on Money Man, because see, students are crying. A lot of students are weeping, and they need their questions to be answered. And only you here in the studio can answer this question. Let's get this reaction. Agbo is my name, just like you said. Many are crying and their questions has not been answered. That question will never be answered. I invested $1 million and that money, well, I think your message needs a continuation. You invested $1 million and what happened? We are interested to know. Please tell us, give us the full gist, so that many of us out here can actually learn, so we don't fall prey into these things. I know I've heard of stories about people being in prison because of all these things. You go and borrow money from somewhere, you come and invest, and things don't go so well, and boom, you're in big trouble, and there's no way you can save yourself. Now, coming back to you, Mr. Babila, you've been quiet throughout. We are going to continue talking about Money Man. Money Man has dealt with us. Please say something about Money Man.
What do you want me to say about Money Man? You know, the truth is, you know, somebody like me, I've never fallen a prey to all these investment platforms.
But you're an investor.
I'm an investor specifically in the real estate industry, you know, as a real estate consultant, one of Africa's most sought after. I invest in real estate. And real estate is the only investment that is real, you know. It's the only investment that is real. Like the young man, Agbo, who spoke about him investing 1 million francs in Money Man. You know, what is the commodity Money Man is trading on? Those are the things you need to ask. Like now, our company, our Foliba Group, we are launching a real estate investment platform called My Next Landverse. And we are launching fractional investment platform for youth. So you guys can come like 4 people, put your investment and buy like, let's say, 500 square meter of land, and you keep it like for 10 years. 500 square meter, the allocation in Buea that you can buy land, let's say, 1 million. 4 people can come and put their resources together, 1 million, buy that property, hold it for a maturity span of 10 years, and they sell the properties. Just imagine that you buy land for 1 million and wait for 10 years now. The lease of you will not be worth less than 20 million or even 60 million. I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah, okay. So you're advising us to actually invest in real estate.
Invest in real estate.
You can be sure to get your profit.
You can be sure.
But well, a lot of youths out here are not, they don't have the amount of money required.
No, when I talk about real estate, you may be thinking that is very, you need much money. It's because you don't first of all have the education. That is why we're introducing African premier online real estate university called George Babila University, where we are going to be teaching investors, people who want to invest into real estate online. We are going to be teaching people who want to practice real estate globally on our university, a real estate university, which is just online, Babila George University, Real Estate University, the premier real estate university in Africa. Because we've discovered that a lot of people are into real estate based on common sense. They don't really have the skill. They call themselves the marchés around, They don't really have the skills, that they can practice real estate. If you find yourself in Dubai, you find yourself in America, you find yourself in Canada, you can practice real estate because you have the knowledge. Investors also can get that course, to know the kind of properties to invest into, because not all property can appreciate,
Not
over
all
time.
Properties can appreciate over time. Well, I guess our televiewers have learned a thing or two from Mr. Babila's, education on real estate investment. But we are not definitely talking about that today. I think he's just trying to run away from my questions.
No,
but I'm still going to ask you, Mr. Babila George.
Yes.
We have so many of these Ponzi scams. We're talking Money Man, we're talking TCM, we're talking Elite Nation, because I was actually, one of the persons who saw a video circulating on social media, and people are bitter. People are calling people names, scams, thieves, bring back our money and all whatnot. We equally have another Ponzi scheme, which is Hali Life. We have ANC, and people made mention. Some people are saying, I want you to clarify this for us, Mr. Babila George. Some people are saying that Long Reach seems to be a Ponzi scam as well. I don't know how true that is, but I want you to clarify it to our audience.
I'm not a Long Reach investor, but I've seen a lot of information.
From your experience as an investor and as a businessman, you should be able to recognize when you see one.
The truth is that all of these stuff can scratch. All can scratch. All can scratch. You know what? The difference between Long Reach and other investment platforms is that they have a trading commodity. When you give your money, I think they give you goods to go and sell, which is different from other investment platforms. That's just the difference. You understand what I mean? That's just the difference. It's like you're going to buy products, from another company. So that's the difference. I cannot really say, because I cannot really give you details about Long Reach, because I'm not an investor, I'm not experienced. They are serviced one-on-one, you understand? So I cannot actually give you a detail about it. It will be corporately unethical for me to say something that I don't really know details about it.
All right, so televiewers, if you're just joining us, this is The Future, and today we're talking investments in the 21st century. We are more focused on Ponzi schemes, and of course, it might interest you to know, especially our youth here in Buea who have fallen prey to Money Man. This program is definitely from you. I'm waiting for your reaction. You can send a message or an SMS or a WhatsApp message through the number on your screen. Let's take this other reaction here. Mr. Leonga, you made mention of a corporation of ANC. If it is not a scam, then why is it closed?
Okay, that's what I'm saying. ANC for me is an investment that has really, forum that has really gone bad. I cannot call, what is a Ponzi scheme? Rob Peter and pay Paul. But now ANC was trading on the stock exchange market and paying. So now you can't say they were robbing anywhere or paying anywhere. But I will say this. In 2022, that's when they launched the cooperative. And my knowledge would be they launched a bank or a microfinance to be able to accommodate capital to further give them leverage over the market to trade better. Now that's different from the Money Man. Money Man, for me, as you said it yourself, it's mostly students that fell prey to Money Man. But with the ANCs and the Tex Globals, these are investment platforms that you have huge investors that are feeling
Why
this.
do you think they are you call them investment platforms? Because you can, is it because they are registered?
No, it's because they leverage on beyond just capital.
Okay.
They were not robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Okay.
They were having a whole structure
And you
that
can,
was generating.
and you can attest to the fact that Tex Global, an agricultural-based company, had some of these agricultural things around.
Yes. I think I attended one of their forums in Douala when
Okay.
they did the thing at Douala. Sometime in Douala, I was there and I saw them launch their farms and their plantations, and they were having a fish pond project, and I think there were more than 1,000 people gathered in that hall, which means that they had everything set up as a system that they were thinking that they were going to generate the incomes from. Whatever happened to Tex Global, that it crashed, I have no idea. But I will not consider that Tex Global was a Ponzi scheme, because I think it had so much values for the indigenous man, transforming their life using agriculture.
All right, let's take this other reaction here. In short, concerning this fool called Money Man, I'm speechless. Please, I would like to say, when you're sending us a message, try not to throw insults. I don't know who you are. I'm really going to be pleased if you would actually tell us who you are and where you're writing us from. They will change a platform, then in a new platform, all your investments are gone. What rubbish is that? And when you try to express your opinions, they will block you from their Telegram group instead of apologizing. Wow. What do you have to say about this? Have you ever had somebody who complained of being blocked from their platforms because the person complained of non-payment?
Which platform is that?
A Money Man.
Okay, with the Money Man, I'm not. Money Man for me is just a Ponzi scheme. It just was there to deceive the average man, to lure them to have money faster than they were thinking, and most of them just fell prey to it. And I'm very disappointed in it, because now this talks tells me that the average Cameroonian doesn't have financial education to know where to put their money and how to put their money.
What if you put your money in these same people that you think that you can trust, and they actually make away with your money?
Like Mr. Babila was saying, real estate and investing in people has never failed. I personally and a team of guys, we have been doing some projects under the canopy of a team called Skill Festival. When we pick youth, give them skills, send them back into the job market with these skills, and they can fend for themselves. Now we are investing in these people to give them leverage on life, to have an ability to explore their options using the right facilities. If you buy a piece of land in one village somewhere, I can guarantee you, Madam Mojeto, a couple of years ago, Mayor Street wasn't as nice as it is now.
So it is because of investment that Mayor Street is looking as beautiful?
No, it's just because if people had the knowledge of buying pieces of land in Mayor Street when there was no tar, it's worth something now.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Lyunga, for that education. Then now, I read somewhere during, this topic came in, and I was very interested, and a couple of people sent in their reactions to me, and I went out looking for my own findings, because I really cannot base myself on hearsays. Now, I came across a very, popular blog online, a news blog. It's called CNA, and it wrote on one of its articles that Mr. Teke Samuel is actually out of jail now because of his relationship with the Prime Minister. I don't know how true that is, but I would like you to your opinion on that. What do you think that is? And Mr. Babila George, you're definitely not going to escape from this one.
No, let me say something. The truth is, that is why if you go to countries like Nigeria, and other advanced African countries, people don't just sit and call names of personalities like that without real facts. I think first of all, what the government need to do is to track that blogger who made such a statement, online about the Prime Minister. I don't think I don't have any relationship with the Prime Minister, and I'm not seeking for any position in the government. But I want to say this outrightly, that there are some things that people are excited to see it online without really having real facts. Because you cannot say there is no day Mr. Teke Samuel have been dragged to court or maybe jailed. You understand? There is no day he has been jailed. Maybe he has been summoned to go to the state council and maybe taken to, put behind bars, but he was not locked up. Maybe there were intervention at the level of his legal bench. You should not draw the name of the prime minister to those kind of stuff, because those are things that cause confusion on social media.
I think
when you hear things like that, you think that he has some, because definitely somebody will not just come out to call such a personality.
I just think Cameroonians don't read. They don't have.
They don't read. My sister,
well.
Let me tell you something.
Put that on the news.
They don't. You can't put such a thing. Especially the trouble is that there are so many sectors that we don't have regulatory bodies that are really active in following track of things that are happening on a daily basis, because I think such a person should be reported on that social media platform and be blocked immediately.
I have seen social media platforms post the news in the afternoon and come and apologize. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't really make sense.
So don't put it if you're not certain.
See, we are not here to back any person. We are speaking on a neutral ground. We are not government officials, and we are not backing somebody. We all represent different organizations, and that is why I'm saying, if you want to go out there to say something as a blogger, because most of the bloggers in Cameroon are just noisemakers. They just want to cause traffic to come on their site with news that are not valid, because I don't think that the prime minister will get himself involved in things like this. Are you getting what I'm saying, my sister?
Noted. And I guess our audience out there who equally read from that and were misled, or have learned something from what Mr. Babla and Mr. Lyunga have said. Tell everyone we're going to go on a break, and when we come back, we are definitely going to continue with the reaction we got from another lady who fell prey to these Ponzi schemes. Don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back.
What is CMFlix? CMFlix is a live streaming service where you can stream first-class African movies, TV shows, and live television channels on demand everywhere you go and on multiple devices. You can watch over 200 plus instant live TV channels, CMFlix exclusives, African movies, TV shows you know and love, or discover a brand new series with CMFlix. You can watch CMFlix on your TV screens, PC, laptop, or on your mobile phone. In fact, think of CMFlix as a mobile television, or simply television in your pocket.